doing some field testing of the GR1 Goruck, and have a little bit of rain coming down, so we'll see how it goes. But I've put it through its paces, so I think I have a pretty good opinion of what this bag is all about. I'm going to show you some examples of how you can use it, I guess. We'll see. Stay tuned. Alright, so I think our field testing is pretty much done. My helper over here did a great job. Thank you. What do you think about this backpack?
Good.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Alright, that's all for now, guys. Thanks. Alright. But let's talk about a number of things here. Style, innovation and design, materials and quality, colors, comfort, reliability, durability, weight, and value. So, pocket in the front, okay? Pretty deep pocket that goes all the way down, essentially to the bottom of the pack, from right around, you know, the 2/3 level, I guess, top portion here. You can see that there's 3 horizontal MOLLE straps, okay? And, or MOLLE webbing, I should say. Pretty minimal in the front. I mean, that panel is pretty basic looking. I happen to like that. Actually, Goruck has come out with some newer product that actually doesn't have MOLLE at all. So, you know, if you're interested, you can certainly check that out on their site. Little bit of webbing here on the side. And then on these straps, these incredibly comfortable straps, there's reinforced stitching up here, as you can see, and some MOLLE webbing that goes all the way down. So really, really basic. For me, that's a major plus. I like it. You know, I'm not a big fan of, as an example, Kelty, where they'll have these massive pockets on the side and just a lot more items that you don't really need. Flair, if you will, all right? For anyone who's seen that famous movie of Office Space, it's a little bit too much flair on some of these other manufacturers' backpacks for me. So from a style perspective, I really like how the GR1 fits the bill with that. Innovation and design. Well, I mean, the innovation perspective of it, I think the idea of being built in the U.S. with U.S.-based workers, as you can see here. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to hit the tripod there. So yeah, they have a nice little patch here that's sewn in. Right, Goruck GR1, built in the USA. For me, that is pretty innovative. You know, there are many companies that started off being built in the US through, of course, the lovely concept of capitalism and keeping shareholders happy and moving to corporate sponsorship and all that good stuff. They're finding ways to cut their costs, and a big way to do that is obviously have your product built overseas. And I think from an innovation perspective, Goruck you know, does a pretty good job in using really quality you know, Cordura nylon material, and just from the overall perspective of how their workforce is laid out, I really like that. So design, style, pretty similar. Zippers are YKK and very well stitched, reinforced, really nice. So really on this top panel on the inside, got a bigger pocket here, and then kind of the mesh pocket here. So it's pretty interesting. If you're interested on wanting to know why, there's actually an orange paracord pull here The founder, Jason, on the site, I'll drop in a link. They put some shrink tubing here, right on the poles, and then this is hollowed out paracord 550. So that's also very good. Colors, now color options are interesting. The owner's dog is named Java, and I believe this is actually the Java brown color. It was a limited edition run, and I really liked the color. Excuse me. So that's the one I selected. This color actually is not available anymore. I'm pretty sure they will bring it back, but who knows, whatever the schedule for that will be. But as of today, September 2013, you have 6 options for colors. Black, which is very nice, sand, MultiCam, coyote, foliage, which today happens to be sold out. Very sweet color, very cool. And desert digital. So lots of color options. Size-wise is 26 liters, and it certainly has enough, amount of space here to do a weekend trip. Depending on how minimal you pack, you might be able to get away with actually an entire week. So, it depends on the climate and all that good stuff. But comfort. Now, this is where I think the GR1 shines. All right, these straps are really, really unbelievable. They appear to be like I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch, close to a 1/2 inch thick width. And I mean, look at that. This thing just sits so nicely on the shoulders, and kind of on the clavicles and shoulder blades and all that good stuff. You don't even need a waist strap that a lot of these other packs will come with, that many times people don't even use, even if they're hiking. The way that it's set up and the way that the stitching is and how the straps are positioned, it rides nicely on your back, that you don't feel it flopping around, and you don't have to have that extra security of that strap that, again, many times people don't even use. So the clips and everything are very good. No issues there at all. It's a nice back panel here. If you wanted to, I also like, if you notice, the way that these straps fold away. All right, this is atypical design. All right, a lot of times, some of the other packs that I've used, it's incredibly annoying where you're trying to get to the back here to put in a bladder, or even to reach for a laptop. The way that the straps are positioned, it just makes it very difficult. They happen to always be in the way. These you can easily move aside. And I also thought it was interesting the way that they have the zipper set up here. You can slide in your, again, your bladder, which also has a hole for the reservoir tube to come out. And if you happen to be hiking, you can rest the tube in there. So it's, again, very well thought out. There is a panel that's in here, like a plastic panel, that you can remove for whatever reason. Again, check out the Goruck link on the explanation of some of those options, and I guess why you would consider doing that. So I just like having the ability to actually do that. Reliability and durability. I think reliability isn't something you can determine within a few months. I mean, it's easy to say that. I certainly would love to say, sure, this is going to be a reliable pack, but I think that's years of use and consistent use. So we will certainly revisit that. Durability, I get a sense that it's highly durable. Again, just compared to some of the other materials of packs that I've owned. And that would be anything from Mountain Hardware that I've had. I've had Kelty packs before, North Face, Patagonia. So, I am kind of familiar with how the durability of some of these materials can go, and some of the items that kind of encompass what some of these backpacks are for different uses, right? For camping, for day hikes, for traveling. So I'm familiar with those things, and I think the GR1 really shines in that area of durability. So reliability, I will be working on that, and hopefully it will be reliable. So, you know, I get an early sense that it will be. Weight, I'll go ahead and roll in what the official weight is. Excuse me. I like, the weight is pretty substantial. It's not super heavy. Like, for example, a 511 pack, my God, those things are incredibly heavy. I have a 511. The model is, I'm thinking I'll roll it in as well. But that pack is just so heavy. I mean, I like it. I don't dislike the 511 gear. But it's certainly different than this. So, you know, but as a comparison, if, you know, you're considering, you know, I think for what you get for the GR1, it's very nice. And value, right? So everyone is probably asleep by now with everything that I've been saying, but nonetheless, the value on this, it's not cheap, okay? $295, free shipping, ladies and gentlemen. And I think, you know, you might be falling out of your chair when you hear that price. My God, $300 for a backpack? But you have to look at it this way, all right? What's an average backpack costing these days? I don't know. Let me throw it out there. Let's say a really good, quote-unquote good backpack from a mainstream manufacturer, $80, $80 to $90, $65 to $90. And what do you get out of that? Okay, everybody, you know, your mileage may vary. You might be able to get a North Face pack and get 25 years out of it. You know, it depends on how hard and rough you are in your gear. I think many of the little details that, you know, kind of like this pull loop and how that actual loop itself, the way that it's stitched, is much bigger to allow you to actually pull on it versus some of the other ones that you can't even put your pinky in. All right, so the little details like that, in addition to being built in America, changes the game. All right, so for me, I didn't make a rash judgment and go out and purchase this thing. Because I initially thought, my God, $300 is way too much. No way I'm going to do that. But over time, over considering the experiences that I've had, considering how I would be using it, for me it was worth it. So I would just tell you that when you take all those things into consideration, and you really want to kind of, you know, step up the level of not having any compromises, then it'll make sense to you. You know, again, just those little details. Shoulder straps are absolutely huge. I've had certain packs that I really loved, some of, you know, the way that the organization was laid out in it, but the shoulder straps were terrible. Or I've had something where the zippers over time just wore out really quickly, and that just annoyed me. They weren't YKK zippers. So, you know, certain things like that, like those little details. The stitching on this thing, I mean, is really, really just high quality. A lot of times when you see these manufacturers, even on the inside where nobody's looking, they will get really sloppy. But the Goruck, everything's cleaned really nicely. So I'm a fan. You got a 2x3 patch option here, square, and if you, hopefully this comes through, but if you check it out, you know, I chose to just put a tiger on here, right? Detroit Tigers. Shameless plug for my favorite team. But this 2x3 patch area, the detail on it, it's a flag, right? It's a reverse American flag, which, by the way, you can check out the reverse American flag explanation on the Goruck site as well. So little things like that, I think, are really part of the cool factor. The carry handle is also incredibly strong and reinforced with its stitching as well. So hopefully this has been worth your time. I know I took a lot of it, so thanks guys for allowing me to explain my experience with the Goruck. And if you end up getting it, you know, drop something in the comments. If you have any specific questions about either how I've used this or, you know, something that you've seen that doesn't look like it's telling the complete story, I am open to clarifying anything. So that's it, guys. Thanks again, and good luck on whatever gear choice you choose. Thanks. Take care.